So we've all been there, driving down the road, paying attention to the road, and then you hit a stop sign and you look over and there's people texting and driving. Or looking at their phone, Snapchatting, looking at Facebook, who knows what they're doing, but they're not paying attention to the road like they should be. It's something that is becoming more and more prevalent, even though there have been more and more studies showing how bad and how dangerous it is. It is something that has killed so many people, but it's still happening. So why is that? I have some quick facts about texting and driving that I thought were pretty interesting and I'd like to share. So 1.6 million accidents are a result of texting and driving or talking and driving. That's almost 25% of all accidents in the United States. 11 teenagers die every single day as a result of texting and driving. That is something that is so outrageous and so sad to me because it's something that can be completely prevented. You're 23% more likely to be in an accident while texting and driving than if you weren't. Texting and driving also results in the same driving style as having 4 beers and driving. So essentially, every single time you pick up your phone and text and drive, you're driving under the influence. Sending one text or reading a text is the exact same as driving completely blind for at least 5 seconds. That's something that's very scary to me. If you think about how far you can really go in 5 seconds in a car, it's terrifying that people are not paying attention. That was slide 1. So the next slide, well, I guess it was slide 2. So slide 3 has some more facts on it. At any given time, there are 800,000 distracted drivers on the road in the United States. So even if you're not texting and driving and you're paying attention to the road, you also have to pay attention for the potential dangers out there. If someone's behind you and texting and driving and not paying attention, you have to stop. That's something that could end up being catastrophic for you and for them. Something that is easy to distinguish someone texting and driving or impaired driving even is if someone's swerving in and out of lanes randomly with absolutely no purpose. So they're not just trying to pass someone and they're not trying to get over to turn. That can be a huge sign that someone is texting and driving. Or if you see someone that has to slam on the brakes because there's a stop sign or a red light, that's also a huge sign, and that should be someone that you're watching out for. This is something that is extremely dangerous, and unfortunately, teen drivers have learned that this is okay by watching us adults do this. 48% of teenagers have reported watching their parents talking on the phone and driving. 15% have reported watching their parents texting and driving. We're legitimately setting the example for our children that this is an okay thing to do. It's being learned and it's being shown that it's okay to do. 77% of young adults think they're good at driving and texting, and 55% think it's completely safe. And unfortunately, I couldn't find any statistic whether or not the 55% that think it's safe have ever been involved in an accident or known someone in an accident that was because of texting and driving, but I highly doubt that it was. You're 6 times, this is something that I thought was absolutely crazy and blew my mind. So if you're texting and driving, you're 6 times more likely to be in a car accident than you would have, than drunk driving. You're putting yourself at a higher risk of getting into an accident than you would be driving drunk. Texting and driving slows brake reaction time by 18%. So if someone or if something runs into the road and you have to stop immediately, it slows that reaction time by 18%, and that can lead to a car accident, hitting an animal, rolling your vehicle because you swerve. It's terrible. It's so scary. There are an estimated 330 injuries per year from accidents involving texting and driving. Slide 7 is kind of brainstorming ways to stop this. So far, 39 states have made it completely illegal and that's also including Washington, D.C., had made it illegal. I'm not sure why not all 50 states have, but at least 39 have made the steps to make it illegal. And then some things that I think can maybe help stop this would be adding a heavier ticket for the charge of texting and driving. So instead of it being like $50 or $100, $150, make that like $400 ticket. Once someone hits that, I'm sure that they're not going to want to do it again. And then if you have a repeat offender, like second time, third time, maybe revoking their license would be a good thing to do, because obviously they're not learning that this is bad. And then the most important thing, in my opinion, is do not drive and text or talk in front of children or teenagers. It's clear that the younger generation is watching us. And if we continue to do this, then we're legitimately setting an example that, well, we're not getting into accidents because we're texting and driving, so it's okay, you can do it too. I mean, in reality, no one should be texting and driving. We need to prevent this from happening. 11 teenagers dying every single day is outrageous. This is something that can be completely stopped, something that can be completely prevented. We need to take bigger steps and stronger steps to prevent this from happening. We need to protect ourselves, and we need to protect our community and protect our families from this, because this is something that is extremely heartbreaking and extremely scary.